Can you close the door for me?
Yeah, sure will.
All right. Hello. Welcome to DBT. Today we're going to talk about self-soothing. And let's get the whiteboard in there. Okay, got the whiteboard in there. We're going to talk about self-soothing, and we're going to talk about improve the moment. We are still talking about distress tolerance. And when we talk about distress tolerance, you think about the situation being very stressful, like, the emotion is at an 80 or higher and you just don't know what to do with it. It's hard to be skillful. So the techniques I'm going to talk about today are things you can do to help bring down that 80 to something more manageable so you can start using skills to go forward to solve a situation. Also, with my distress tolerance skills, let's say I'm having anxiety's just riding on me. And let's say it's hovering somewhere between 30 and 50 all day, and it's just there. And sometimes, and I'm just annoyed because my anxiety's been that high, throughout the day. I'll use distress tolerance techniques for that too. It's not that it's life interfering, but I just want to lose that the extra stress, the extra anxiety that I'm carrying around. So going to self-soothing or improve the moment can help for that as well. So last week we talked about TIP, which was temperature, intense exercise, paced breathing, and paired muscle relaxation. And we talked about accepts, and we how to use that in our lives to for help us with stressful situations. Didn't have to use TIP this week. I was kind of fortunate. I was grateful. I kind of did use TIP because my pillow and it wasn't quite right, so I pulled it out and I flipped it over, and it was so much cooler on the other side, and I appreciated the coolness and the temperature. Not necessarily that I was at an intense, couldn't focus on skills, but I was uncomfortable enough that the temperature change made going to bed an easier thing to deal with. So I guess I did use TIP this week, just not having to go to the ice cube method and doing the diving response. So we use TIP, throughout in various ways. So this week, I didn't do a mindfulness activity. What mindfulness activity are we going to do today? I like the mindfulness activity of just focus on your breathing. We just focus on our breathing and come into class, Cece. Nice to see you.
Okay, see you later.
Here's
Sorry, I was sitting out there, forgot about the time.
Oh, that's okay. Here's today's information.
Okay, thank you.
And I was just getting ready to do today's mindfulness exercise.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is go ahead and sit down, get comfortable.
Alrighty.
And everybody just, this isn't a close your eyes activity. This is just get comfortable, find a comfortable position in your chair, focus on your breathing, deep breaths. Just notice your breath. You don't have to have a certain number or anything. And then look around the room around you and find 10 colors. Okay, I found my 10 colors. Miss Cece, And how did just taking that small break to find 10 colors make you feel?
Well, I was concentrating on something other than myself, and it made me feel good to be aware of the things that are around us that are pleasant.
Right. I like to find I like doing this finding 10 colors thing. It brought me to the center, it brought me to class, it brought me to this room. I was looking at the colors around me, so it brought me here. And it's a quick exercise. It's kind of a meditation thing. It's definitely a mindfulness thing to bring you, in the sense to bring you back to reality. And it only took I don't think it took us 15 minutes to find those 10 colors. So once again, your breath is the instrument you carry with you. You have control of your breath. You can take those deep breaths. You can do paced breathing, box breathing, those wonderful 3 deep cleansing breaths. That's your instrument that you carry with you. Your breath is what is something you always have with you. So that was today's mindfulness activity. And so from there, we will go into today's skills. Couldn't find the word. Sorry about the folks. Today's skills that we're going to go over. And the first skill is called self-soothing. Now, before we go into this skill, I'm going to get my soapbox here a little bit because this is something I feel very strongly about. When I went through DBT all those years ago, I was told to make a self-soothe kit. Take an old shoebox, decorate it, don't decorate it. I don't care what you do with this shoebox. But what I do want you to do with this shoebox is put things in it that soothe you, like a small hand lotion that smells like lavender or something, incense sticks, a little thing of bubbles, a pen and some paper, some colored pencils. What else is in my box? I have an old, it's just a little small 3x5 notebook that I can jot stuff down in, like if I want to jot affirmations, but have a box that has things in it that will soothe you. Put your favorite book in there. Put an old paperback that just brings you joy. I don't have that in mine currently, but if I was, because I have several copies of Lord of the Rings, I don't know if I'd put all 3 books in the box, but definitely would put one of those books in that box because just soothing, relaxing. But I am a big believer in having a self-soothe box so that when you're aggravated, when your anxiety is running too high, when you are just beside yourself, you can go get this box, rub that lavender oil on your hands, inhale deeply, relax, go outside, blow bubbles. I don't care what anybody says about me and my bubbles. My bubbles are pretty. No, I am. Go ahead and judge all you want, world. But the incense sticks. I love sandalwood. And burning sandalwood, making my house smell good. The other thing I'm going to do, I don't have it in my box right now, but this is where I can put them. My daughter for Mother's Day got me a diffuser. And I use it. She got me 4 different essential oils, and I use it about once or twice a week. But I can put those oils in my self-soothe kit because those oils don't really have a home. They're in a drawer right now, but I don't feel like it's their home. I feel like they're just stuff there. But I'm going to take those essential oils and put them in my self-soothe box so that when I'm using my diffuser, I'm specifically self-soothing. So, but I do soapbox. I'm telling you guys, get a shoebox, go to the dollar store, get a plastic bin, decorate it, don't decorate it. I don't care, but I do suggest in finding a self-soothe kit for yourself to help bring down your distress and stress from a busy day, from being beside yourself, from, oh my God, you left your cinnamon rolls in the oven too long and they were a little too dark. Just things that would get on your nerves. Okay, now's a good time to use my diffuser because my cinnamon rolls weren't the perfect cinnamon rolls I wanted, but they were edible, but just not, happy cinnamon rolls. But so that's my soapbox. Make yourself a self-soothe kit. And I do this in my Healing Through Arts class. So I get shoe boxes and we collage the outside, you collage the inside. But like I said, it's up to you to use it to put things that are meaningful to you in it. So soapbox, I'm off it. So today's first skill is self-soothing. I go right there on the board. Let's see, the black marker shows up best. And we're going to put self-soothing. Now, self-soothing is through our five senses. So let's see if I can actually think of what the five senses are. Wish me luck, guys. Touch, hear, smell, vision, taste. I did it. I named all five. And so, self-soothing through our five senses, through what we experience. So the sheet, I didn't put up the link. I'll put up the link after I present the class. I'll have the links to the documents we're using right now. I'm sorry I didn't do that ahead of time. But the first handout we're looking at is self-soothing. And the first one is with vision. What are ways that we can use our vision to self-soothe? Look at the stars at night. I'm not so much a star person, but look at the moon. The moon is just a gorgeous, friendly person. I have a relationship with the moon. He's a really good friend. Look at pictures you like in a book. Buy a flower. Now, every now and then, when I go to Kroger's, I'll pick up usually the ones that are the $5 special ones. I'll have to get them day one fresh. But just the prettiness of the flowers. They don't last forever, but it's soothing. The flowers are nice. Light a candle, watch the flame. Go people watching. Go to a museum or poster shop. Sit in the lobby of a beautiful old hotel. When I worked downtown, sometimes I would do that. I'd go to one, because during lunchtime, you go to one of the hotels and they got some really awesome lobbies. And you just sit there and drink in the architecture and so that's a good way to use vision. Watch a sunrise or sunset, and it's beautiful how it goes from the yellows to the oranges into the blues and the deep purples, and then it's finally night. Take your time to watch it and enjoy it as it changes. Go to a dance performance and watch dancers or watch it on TV. Be mindful of each sign that passes in front of you. And not signs as in literal stop, go, but like, let's say you're taking a car drive, and Dad used to go on drives. So on Sundays we'd go out and you're looking at the fields and you're looking at the animals and you're looking at the things as they go by. You're being aware of it using your vision. Take a walk in the park or a scenic hike. Look at the trees, look at the bark. Is there moss on the ground? I love moss. Moss is just beautiful and it's soft. But anyhow, browse through stores looking at things. Oh, don't put me in a bookstore because we'll look forever. Clothing stores, I'm not so much, but a bookstore, I'm there. So those are different ways to use our vision. Cece, is there anything you can think of that you would use for vision that's not on the list?
No, not really that I can think of.
Okay. The next sense we're going to talk about is hearing. Different ways we can use our hearing to soothe us, and listen to soothing, invigorating music. Pay attention to the sounds of natures, like the waves, the birds, listening to the leaves, the wind going through the trees. Pay attention to the city traffic, the engines, the honking of the horns, the people chatting as it going by. The city has its own music. Sing your favorite songs and sing them like you mean them. And you can sing them loud too. Mm-hmm. Hum a soothing tune. Humming actually has physiological benefits. It changes the chemistry inside you as well. So humming is a good thing to do. Learn to play an instrument. And like sometimes when I play my guitar, it's not so much I'm playing songs, but I'll keep doing the same chord variations over and over again. It's just hearing it. It's just very hypnotic for me. Burn a CD or make your own favorite playlist or set list. Spotify is good for that. Thank you, Amanda, for telling me about Spotify. Be mindful of sounds that come your way, like, listening to my Lacey Lee, she's my kitty cat, listening to her snore at night. I find that so soothing. My Freddie, rest his soul, was a snorer. And man, you guys, I was mean to him. I'd shove him, I'd push him. But after he was gone, God rest his soul, I couldn't go to sleep because he wasn't there snoring. So I'll never take snoring for granted again. So when I listen to my baby kitty snore, it's just a pleasant sound. Turn on the radio. Sometimes, like if I'm crocheting or working on a bracelet, just having noise in the background. I might not be giving it my full attention because I'm giving my crafting project the attention, but just having the noise, it can be a soothing thing. So that's how we use our hearing. Is there anything you use hearing for?
Well, I have the television on. I don't watch it, but it's just that I have that, almost the same thing with the radio.
Right.
You've got voices and different things and so forth and so on.
It's the noise. Yeah, there's something comforting about it. Like also YouTube, you can actually, if you want to hear just sounds of rain, they have hour long to 90 minutes of just listening to rain storms. They actually do have white noise. So things like that, if you want, or you can type in, like my daughter typed in Zelda tunes. I don't know if it was on YouTube or if it was on Pandora, but it was just different gaming. It was very relaxing, very calming, because you spend a lot of time with the games you play, and the music, you don't realize how much you get into that music. So it's just really calming to hear the music while you're cooking and chatting with your friends and stuff like that. So hearing's important. Ways to use self-soothe with smell. Use your favorite soap, shampoo, or aftershave. Try it on, if you're going to the store and you're looking for something, you're trying something new, don't be afraid to give it a sniff to see if you're going to enjoy it, making sure it's something you like. Burn incense or light a scented candle. I'm a proponent of incense. I love incense. I'm also now a big doer of diffusers. Like I said, I use my diffuser once or twice a week. Open a package of coffee and inhale the aroma. Oh my God, nothing smells as good as coffee. Happiness. Happy place. See, self-soothing. I just took myself to the happy place imagining it. Put lemon oil on your furniture. Lemon, not so soothing for me. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of lemon. You don't like it either? Potpourri or eucalyptus. I love eucalyptus. I'm not so much a fan of the floral scents. Sit in a new car and breathe in the aroma. There is something nice about a new car smell. Don't get to smell it often, but it is nice. Boil cinnamon, make cookies, bread, or popcorn. That's a really nice thing about baking. You don't notice it until you go outside to take the trash out and you come in and your house smells absolutely phenomenal because you got that cinnamon roll smell and the house just smells really good. Walk in a wooded area and mindfully breathe. The woods, even like when I go outside in the morning to get into my car, I live pretty close to the Indiana border. So the distilleries from Orangeburg, sometimes you can smell the distillery. And it's just a nice, friendly, thing. Open a window and smell the air. I love it. Winter goes by and everything's closed. And when you can first open those windows and feel the breeze pull through, and my kitty cat loves it. She's right there in front of that screen and she's sniffing like her life depends on it. So open the window and smell the air. Those are different ways to use smell. What are some smell things that you use for soothing?
Oh, the one thing that will never go away as far as I'm concerned is that the wintertime and that big pot of vegetable soup that's on the stove, and as soon as you would open we had a screened-in porch, you open the screened-in porch, that aroma would just bring you into the house and make you appreciate all the things that you smell in that.
Right. Right. That's a powerful one. Vegetable
It is.
soup. Yeah. Yeah. So, and smells are very important to us. Smells can be very soothing. But smells can also be a trigger. So you may have to avoid certain smells as well. So, but you know, smell can be very important for self-soothing. With taste, eat some of your favorite foods. Um, I'm a very picky eater. I'm very food picky. But like tapioca, love the texture, love the taste. It's not super sweet. Just I buy when I go to the grocery store, I always buy tapioca, and it's yeah. So eat some of your favorite foods. Drink a favorite drink, such as a herbal tea or a latte. Um, I'm a caramel person or an Irish cream. Um, Treat yourself to a dessert. Don't do this every day, obviously, because that gets you into bad eating patterns. But go ahead and have that iced coffee with chocolate in it once in a while. Go ahead and go to UDF and get that ice cream cone or that sundae. Treat yourself with taste. Eat macaroni and cheese or other childhood favorite foods. Yes, mac and cheese, creature comfort.
Comfort food,
Yes,
yeah.
creature comfort, and mac and cheese, grilled cheese sandwich, big creature comfort food. Um, Sample flavors in the ice cream store. Um, I don't do that often because I'm not very adventurous. I stick to what I know. It's real hard to get me to try something new. Um, Suck on a piece of peppermint candy. Chew your favorite gum. I'm not a big gum chewer, but it does have a flavor. Get a little bit of special food you don't usually spend the money on, such as fresh squeezed orange juice or your favorite candy. A coworker and I, when I worked at the Attorney General's office, there used to be a Godiva chocolate store in, I just lost the name of the building, the Crew Tower. And about once a month or so, we would go down to the Godiva store and we would purchase just one piece of candy, and that was our treat. And it was a taste. I'm not a foodie, so I don't live for food, but it was something I enjoyed. I enjoyed the tasting of that one piece of candy. Really taste the food you eat. Eat one thing mindfully. So, example, I tend to do this with crackers. I get when I buy Ritz crackers, I get the box with the stackers, and I think there's 10 crackers to a stack. And when I eat them, I'm mindful of how the cracker breaks down. And Ritz is kind of buttery and salty, and I'm really mindful of when I eat it that I enjoy the cracker. Otherwise, I just eat them and then they're gone. I'm like, how'd that happen? So, being mindful of what you eat allows you to taste your food and to appreciate it. So, different ways to use taste for self-soothing. Is there anything that in taste that you like?
Well, we used to, at work, and also from time to time, I do the same thing. I would go to the store and get all these different flavors and just put it on the tip of my tongue and just take me away, Calvin, only these buds would get all stimulated. So
Right,
bring back, wonderful memories, stimulate the brain also.
right,
Other than that, the eating one thing at a time, I do that a lot, especially with my meals, because I just like to taste each thing
right,
and give it all my attention.
right. Oh, I'm like that too. I mean, I'll have 4 or 5 things on my plate, but I eat my mashed potatoes 1st,
Mhm.
then I eat my green beans, then there's no mixing up, the food can touch, don't get me wrong, but you eat the green beans 1st,
Mhm.
then you eat the mashed potatoes, then you eat the entree, just one thing at a time. So, with touch, how do we self-soothe with touch? Take a long hot bath or shower. Now, practicing showering mindfully is something I probably do every shower, to feel the hot water going down, cleansing you, refreshing you, the sudsing, how it smells, the lathering, feeling the soap come off you, your hair, and the lathers and how it comes out, and then you hear your hair squeak. Just mindful showering makes a shower much more meaningful. I'm being grateful for being clean. I'm grateful for the gift of water, my accessories and stuff like that. So, Yeah, with touch and showering. Pet your dog or cat. Um, you know, Lacey's soft. Lacey has long fur. Lacey sheds like crazy, but she's so soft. I love her. If like in bed, I know where she sleeps, and if I just reach my hand out, I don't necessarily have to pet her, but I'm just touching her, and I find that so self-assuring. So, she's just there. Have a massage. Soak your feet. Put creamy lotion on your whole body. Put a cold compress on your forehead. I like putting it behind my neck, a bit more so than my forehead. I think the benefits are better for me, at least, behind my neck. Sink into a comfortable chair in your home. Oh, every chair at home's comfy, so not. Put on a blouse or a shirt that has a pleasant feel. That would be any one of my oversized sweatshirts. Take a drive in the car with the windows rolled down and just feel that air hitting you. Yeah. Run your hand along smooth wood or leather. It says hug someone, even though hugging's kind of taboo right now. But just to, touch is important. We do need touch. It's just hard right now with how things are. You gotta be very careful with that. Put clean sheets on the bed. Nothing as comforting as clean sheets, especially when they're warm. If you get them out of the dryer right before you go to bed, oh yeah. Wrap up in a blanket, and I'm a blanket snob. I have probably some people buy purses. I like blankets, and a soft, cozy blanket is just ooh. Notice touch that is soothing. And example, here's my badge, gets me in the doors in here at work. But on the back of my badge, I have a Velcro strip. Now, this is the rough side of the Velcro strip, not the soft side. But if my anxiety's up, or I get confused, or I do it without even thinking. My thumb will go up and down on this, and it's a distraction. It's a distraction method. It is soothing. I know how it's going to feel. It brings comfort. So notice something that is soothing. Some people, when I teach meditation class, we do what are the stones called? Worry stones. And they're just little stones that you can carry in your pocket and you can rub it. I like to paint those. But that's ways to self-soothe with touch. And touch is so important. When I think of my kitty cat, I just love her. So you self-soothe using the 5 senses. Now, the next handout is body meditation scan step by step. And we kind of similar to this last week. But I'm going to go through this so you can see how it's done. And go ahead and sit back in your chair, feet on the floor. Focus on your breathing. Take several deep breaths. Feel comfortable and relaxed. Direct your attention to the toes of your left foot. Notice sensations in that part of your body while remaining aware of your breathing. Imagine each breath flowing to your toes. Looking with curiosity, ask, what am I feeling in this part of my body? Focus on your left toes. Then move the focus to the arch and heel of your left foot. Hold it there for a minute. While continuing, pay attention to your breathing. Notice the sensations on your skin of warmth and coldness. Notice the weight of your foot on the floor. Imagine your breath flowing into the arch and heel of your left foot. Ask, what are the feelings in the arch and heel of my left foot? Follow the same procedure as you move to your left ankle. What are the feelings in that part of your body? Focus on your breathing and ask yourself, what are the feelings in my calf? I'm sorry, I'm losing where I'm at. And as you can see, we started with the foot and we're going up the body. Now let's progress to our upper legs. Notice your upper legs. Just notice the sensation. Focus on your breathing. What are the feelings in your upper legs? Let's go to our bellies and backs. Just focus your attention there. Notice the feeling. Then let's go up to our shoulders and arms. Focus your attention there. Focus your breath. What are you feeling? Then focus on your upper cheeks, eyes, forehead, and scalp. Just focus on those areas. Breathe in, breathe out. What do you feel? Finally, focus on the very top of your hair. What do you feel? Then let go of your body altogether. Just think of your whole body and what do you feel? Focusing on your breathing and let it go. Okay, that was a body scan meditation. Just feeling your body. And I like it because my whole body right now feels relaxed. How about you, Miss Cece?
Yes, ma'am.
Your whole body feels relaxed. Now, last week we did paired muscle relaxation where you tensed a body group and then you released it. The body scan meditation, I think, is just as relaxing. Sometimes it pays off to tighten the muscle groups and then relax them. Other times, just focusing on those muscle groups will relax them. And you can make this as small as you want. Like we started with toes and went to arch and then calves, and then I made it into bigger muscle groups. So you can make it as focused as you want or as broad as you want. So this is also a self-soothing exercise. It's great to help get yourself into the sleeping mindset. I use body scan meditation or paired muscle relaxation pretty much every night to help me get into my sleep cycle. So just something to practice to help soothe you for sleep. So, okay, we went over self-soothing, and that was the 5 senses. So you self-soothe with 5 senses. Okay, so that's part of today's takeaway: self-soothing and the 5 senses. So the next skill we're going to look at is improving the moment with the acronym IMPROVES. So let me write IMPROVES here. IMPROVES. Okay, and the I stands for imagery. So how can we use imagery to improve the moment? How can we use to make things better? Imagine very relaxing scenes like we just did. Imagine a secret room. In the secret room, you can close and lock the door on anything that can hurt you. You know, imagine everything going well. Make a calming fantasy world. Imagine fearful emotions draining out of you like water out of a pipe. You know, imagine that anxiety just going. Imagine the relaxation. Remember a happy time and imagine yourself in it again. Play out the time in your mind again. So that's ways you can use imagery to help improve the moment. Is there anything you like to imagine that takes you to a place you like, Cece?
Just, you would talk about the moon before the moon, and the last couple of days, it's just been beautiful.
Oh, the moon's
And I
beautiful.
would just sit out there and just take in the whole quietness of, just being alive and being well and breathing and just enjoying the sight of it.
Right, the being with the moon. Like I said before, the moon's my friend. He's a really good friend. He listens to anything you say, by the way. He really does. He's non-judgmental. So the M in improves is with meaning. So we have meaning, we have imagery, and we have meaning. So and what does meaning mean? Find the purpose or meaning of a painful situation. Focus on whatever positive aspects of a painful situation you can find. Repeat those positive aspects in your mind. Remember, listen to, or read about spiritual values. So those are things you can do with meaning. Well, how can you do that? Find purpose or meaning in a painful situation. That's something I tend to do, because if I don't, I tend to think the world is one bad situation after the next. And what did I learn? What did I learn from this situation? What am I going to do differently from now on? What skill? So, what's the meaning behind the painful situation? Repeat positive aspects in your mind. An affirmation. Find an affirmation and repeat that affirmation in your mind. Give it meaning. Have it mean something to you. So those are ways to use meaning. The P in improve is with prayer. And prayer is something that may or may not work for you. It's open to each individual. Open your heart to your supreme being, God, or your own wise mind. Ask for strength to bear the pain. Turn things over to God or a higher being. Let go, let God. Things are not everything is in our control. And if you give up that control, it can be very freeing. It can take the burden off. The R in improve is with relaxing actions. So the R stands for relaxing. And what are ways we can relax ourselves? Well, we can do the body scan meditation we just did. That's one way to relax ourselves. Take a hot bath or sit in the tub. Drink hot milk. Massage your neck or scalp. Practice yoga or other stretching. Breathe deeply. Like I said, we carry our breath with us, so we can relax ourselves with our breath. Change your facial expression. Our facial expressions are hardwired into us and will change our physiology, change what's going on the inside. Put a little smile on your face. Just smile a little. And that smile is going to start giving you the warm fuzzies. It's changing your endorphins. That's what it does. So change your facial expression. So relax. We used take a shower. And it says, for relaxation, it said take a hot shower. But, we are also taught in self-soothing, we were talking about taking a shower as with touch. So you can see how this kind of overlaps, very many things can be applied to one situation. So we're at the R for relaxing, and the O in improve stands for one thing in the moment. One thing in the moment. And yes, I did fit it on the board. Congratulations to me. Okay, so what's doing one thing in the moment? You focus your entire attention on just what you're doing. We technically, We cannot multitask. If we find ourselves doing two things at once, what you need to do is stop. Stop. Take a look, observe, perceive mindfully. When you observe, you're going to make the decision of what is the priority, and then do what the priority is, finish that, put your attention on that activity, and then go on to the next activity. So focus your entire attention on just what you are doing. Keep yourself in the moment. When you're eating your French fries, notice, oh, these French fries are good. But keep noticing the French fries so you actually notice when the French fries stop. Because we can mindlessly eat French fries or pretzels. All of a sudden you go into the bag and they're gone. Be mindful. Don't be doing things mindlessly. Put your mind in the present. If you gotta find the 10 colors in the room to bring you back into the present, do that. Focus your entire attention on the physical. Listen to a sensory awareness recording, or use the stress tolerance handout 9A, which we'll be doing next. And handout 9A involves sensory awareness step by step, which we'll be going over. So that's how to do one thing in a moment. But the thing there is, when you find yourself multitasking or overwhelmed, prioritize what needs to be done now, and then do one thing at a time. It really tends to calm the mind, calm your breathing, because you're only focusing on one thing, which is we only have the attention span for anyhow, one thing at a time. So the V in improve is with a brief vacation. Now, we're not necessarily talking about going to the Bahamas or over to Europe or anything. We're just talking a brief vacation. And what constitutes a brief vacation? Well, go get in bed. Put the covers up over your head. Put out, close off the pictures, the everything, and just close your eyes and be at one, feeling the blanket on you, relaxing with the darkness, taking a vacation from the stimuli that's going on around you. Go to the beach or the woods for a day. Physically change your setting. Get a magazine and read it with chocolates. You're doing something that takes you out of the housework zone. Turn off your phone for a day. Don't be tied down to your technology. Take a vacation from your technology. Take a blanket to a park or sit on it for a whole afternoon. Now, I used to do this. I used to take my blanket and I'd go to Shawnee. It's a Hamilton County park. It's out by Cleves and North Bend on the west side of Hamilton County. And I would just crochet for a couple hours at a time, and it would be real, just calm and peaceful. I'd watch people go by and stuff, and mini vacation. Take a 1 hour breather from hard work. You're out doing your yard work, you pruned the bushes, you mowed the lawn, you go inside, take a breather, enjoy, taste a cold beverage and a snack, a mini vacation, change up the energy. Take a brief vacation from responsibility. Okay, what does that look like? What does that sound like? Go blow bubbles. Bubbles make you happy. Take a brief vacation from responsibility. Color. Go color, with your color pencils, and just enjoy that. Take a brief vacation from responsibility. Make your favorite cookie or your favorite cake. It's not always about do. Sometimes be indulgent from yourself. So take a break from the responsibility. So those are different ways to take a brief vacation from what's going on in your world. Example, let's say I got overwhelmed here. Not necessarily overwhelmed, but my day was some stress, oh my gosh, it's been a long day. Go outside and feel the air, hear the traffic on Auburn, just a brief vacation. I'm not looking at the four walls, it's something different. So make it a brief vacation. So those are different ways to have a brief vacation. And then the E in improve is with self-encouragement and rethinking the situation. So it's not improve, it's just improve. So encouragement and rethinking the situation. So what does the encouragement and rethinking the situation means? Simple. Cheerlead yourself. You go, girl. You got this. You can do it, Mary. You got it. So encourage yourself. Positive self-talk. I will make it out of this. Repeat over and over to yourself. I can stand this. I can stand it. I can do this. Another one, and I say this one frequently to myself, this too shall pass. It's when I have a panic attack going through my head, I take my 3 deep breaths, I start the positive self-talk, but I'm telling myself, this is temporary. A panic attack is temporary. I'm physically telling myself that. So yes, this too shall pass. It will be okay. You find yourself, oh my gosh, I'm driving and I'm boxed in. I'll be okay. I'm okay. There's no perceived threat. I am okay. And it won't last forever. I get, let's say I'm getting ready for bed, and about a couple months ago, I found myself feeling frustrated, almost angry. And I'm like, what? And I tell myself it won't last forever. Whatever it is, it won't last forever. Now, I had to sit with it and analyze it, and I worked through it because it won't last forever. An emotion has a beginning, a middle, and an end. So they don't last forever. So, those are how to use encouragement and rethink the situation. Positive self-talk is a very important thing. You do it often enough, you will be restructuring how your brain works and processes information. It will be more positive. Cece, what are some encouraging things that you tend to tell yourself?
Almost basically what you said, this too shall pass, or tomorrow's another day. And just remember there's a 24 hours in a day, and then there's another 24 hours. So
right.
The challenges goes on to the next day if you don't, conquer it.
Right.
Day.
Yeah, one day at a time. I know somebody right now who's going through a really rough time. And like I told them, people are saying just take it one day at a time. Well, sometimes one day at a time is too much. Sometimes you can only take it moment to moment.
That's true.
Encourage yourself and congratulate yourselves for making it moment to moment. Congratulate yourselves for making it hour to hour. Don't forget to cheerlead yourself. Celebrate the small baby steps, because if you don't, nobody else will. So be your own cheerleader. So that's how you can use improve for improve the moment. So it's with imagery, meaning, prayer, relaxing, one thing in the moment, a brief vacation, and encouragement and rethinking the situation. Self-talk is one I use a whole lot. Imagery, I tend to use that at bed at night. Relaxing, once again, for getting to bed. A brief vacation, you can use that multiple times in multiple ways. Like I said, if the office is too much, take a walk outside, look at the plum tree, listen to the noises, and then go back in. And now, the last thing we're going to talk about is sensory awareness, step by step, and it was referenced in our worksheet. And So the sensory awareness step by step is not one of the things in my DBT practice that I can say I use overall as a technique, but the sensory awareness page I have looked at throughout the years, and I'll kind of scan it, and for me it's just being aware of things that you really don't think about. So ideally, when you do sensory awareness step by step, tape record it, and listen to it. And I won't say I'll go through all 30 things, but we'll go through some of them. So just relax and breathe. You don't have to change your breathing for this. Just a relaxed breathing. Can you feel your hair touching your head? Can you feel your belly rising and falling as you breathe? Can you feel the space between your eyes? Can you feel the distance between your ears? Can you feel your breath touching the back of your eyes while you inhale? Can you picture something far away? Can you notice your arms touching your body? Can you feel the bottoms of your feet? Can you imagine a beautiful day at the beach? Can you notice the space within your mouth? Can you notice the position of your tongue in your mouth? Can you feel the breeze against your cheek? So this is just some of the things that are on the sensory awareness page. And it's nice because you just it's questions that you don't really think about, and you kind of focus on it, and it just makes you aware. And I like it. Like I said, I don't use the exercise as it's properly said in the book. I've never sat down and gone through all 30 to do this, but I will look at something and one, can you feel the bottom of your feet? That one kind of sticks with me because how do my feet feel in my shoes? I'll notice how my shoe feels on my foot. I'm being aware. And by using sensory awareness, we're bringing ourselves to the present and we're focusing on what's going on. So sensory awareness step by step is a really good way to meditate, is a really good way to bring a calming, centered self to yourself. So that is today's skills and handouts. And my challenges for you are, first of all, before we go there, well, no. I'll put my challenges first. My challenges to you are: 1, make that self-soothing box. Find a shoe box. Go to the dollar store. Get a container. Put lotion in it, bubbles, incense sticks, your favorite pen, a little journal, a piece of cloth that feels soft, some yarn, just whatever you want to put in that self-soothing kit. Do it. That's my challenge for you. Be aware of every day something you see, you heard, smell, taste, and touch. My challenge to you, be aware of using your senses. And then my other challenge is to go and improve the moment like we just did, and use imagery once or twice a day. Make the effort to use encouragement, to positive self-talk for yourself. Make that choice to be mindful to yourself. Do one thing in the moment. So those are my challenges to you. So, Cece, what was your takeaway of today?
Well, let's see, that there's a lot more things that you could be doing to help yourself if you were just aware of the things. And this is the reason why this is important, because I'm going to go tonight and practice some of these things. You have more power than you think you have.
Yes, you have more power than you think you have. And once again, like I said, we have our breath, an instrument we always carry with us.
Hopefully. Oh, I'm only kidding.
Yeah, and we have our five senses with us. You know, we always, some people's vision's better than others, some people's hearing's better than others, but we have them. We can use them. It's up to us to use the gifts we have. We have our breath. We can see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. Use those things that you have. You don't have to go to the store to get these things. These are what you have to calm yourself, to distract yourself, to soothe yourself. And take the time to practice and use it. My takeaway from today's class is I like distress tolerance. It's one of my favorite modules. And yes, distress tolerance, when I first took DBT, I was in a real mental health hell. And I was using it to get my stress from like an 80 to a 50 so I could then grab skills to proceed forward. But now I'm using my distress tolerance when I find myself at a 50 or something. You know, like I was saying earlier, my anxiety is just there and it's not controlling me, but it's there. So I'll do a distraction. I will go to my self-soothe kit and I will put on an incense stick. You know, I will use my diffuser just to bring it down. So just, you know, distress tolerance doesn't always have to mean it goes from 80 to 50. Sometimes you just be getting rid of that 50 to make it even less. Okay. So distress tolerance, you know, it means a lot of different things. So I thank you for your time. I thank you for the effort. We will be back here next week with some more distress tolerance. And thank you for today's DBT class. And I enjoyed having you guys with me. Bye.
I keep my diffuser on all the time.